Hello and welcome, as always. Thanks for joining me. Sorry for the small delay there. I was trying to readjust my microphone and it kept wanting to hit me in my face. So here I am though. And thank you for joining me. Readjust my microphone. So, what we're going to do today with Aniimo is that sadly this is going to be quite possibly my last broadcast on it. As much as I would like to do more on it, a lot more on it, my work schedule and all that does not really allow for that. So I know they said the beta was going to end on Sunday, but I don't know when. I know like when they started it, it was fairly late. It was like 9 p.m. So if it goes on at that point in time, I do plan on squeezing in my truly last stream on Sunday. So up until then, though, we're going to try to make this count. We're going to see if we can try to do some egg heists some more, explore more egg heists. Last time we didn't really do so hot, mostly just because it was a learning experience for everybody. I also want to maybe squeeze in some more Prismana. Maybe, maybe not. I know that's thing. I think that's technically a weekly basis, so we may not actually be able to get in Prismana as much as I might want to. But yeah, I know egg heists will be the biggest thing, just out of curiosity, because if I can make this go on until Sunday, I want to show everybody the eggs that I get, because I did hatch the one that I got from not yesterday. I believe it was Tuesday. I got that one, and it was not that great. Well, I won't lie, it was not that great. It was like a common Flamarion or something, like I think I'm saying that name right. Flamarion, the dude with the flames, the flame impy guy. Hello, Sid. Welcome on in. I was just getting my hellos and howdy doos out of the way. I will be jumping into it here in a little bit, but yeah. So that's going to be the plan for today with this, to try to see if I can squeeze in some last streaming of this on Sunday with all the eggs that I get, like today, tomorrow, Saturday, because I will still be playing it. Don't get me wrong on that. I'll still be playing this. It just won't be on screen, obviously, because I've got, unfortunately, real life gets in the way sometimes. I hate it. Don't we all hate it? But that is the unfortunate case for me. But let's get into it. Our one last possibly, I'll say that in parentheses or quotation marks or however you want to put it, possibly the last Aniimo stream for me. So let's go on in. They have been doing a lot of bug fixes, so my hopes are still high. They are estimating a summer release for this once again. I believe, to get into specifics, they are saying July through, not July, June through September. So everybody's hoping obviously for June, but it could also mean more September. We shall see. But how have you been, Sid? Has Guild Wars 2 been treating you well? I hope so. I've been hearing some interesting things about it in my time away from it. Wow, you're cheap. No, I'm just kidding. Only give me 100 coins in my chest. But I did do some decorating, some redoing here a little. I was doing that a little bit. I still got to put that thing in. I was able to get in some reports, but I don't really know how to quite describe. Dewey shoots purple lasers across screen. Like, Dewey shoots angry purple lasers halfway across the screen. Well, graphical glitches are nothing new as long as it's not harmful. I can easily, if it's involving him going into a direction or whatever, I can just as easily put him in a corner and pretend he doesn't exist. I actually ended up finding out as well that technically these things can be automated, which is funny. The most powerful yet underestimated Aniimo. Hello, Ty. It's really funny on how you can automate mining, but you can't automate farming. I also did do the thing yesterday because I was trying to spare the special eggs, but I ended up hatching everything. So unfortunately, that had to be missed. I did come across this guy though. I'm not sure where he is in game, but he's an interesting little, I don't know what he is other than maybe a mushroom. Really tall mushroom man. I don't know what he evolves into because I literally just got him like last night before I went to bed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, like a possibly mushroom. He looks like he's got holes in his head, so I'm all like, is he really a mushroom? Because I didn't think mushrooms had holes like that. And it looks like in that top, and it's like it almost looks like a hutch. So I'm like, is he a mushroom? Is he a house? Is he a haunted windmill? I don't know. I don't know what he is. Yeah, I think I overheard somebody talking about him once in Discord, and they said that he grew on them pretty quickly. As I will try to go over again, because I don't think you guys were in the room, I did hatch the one lone PvP heist egg that I got. The one that cost me like 500 like glitter or whatever it was called. That thing ended up being pretty much just like an average monster, so I was kind of saddened about that, but I guess it can't really be helped. It's always the hazards of the game when it comes to chance. Especially when you have my form of chance. I know I'm going to miss this game, so I'm going to try to make the most of today as I climb up bamboo somehow. Don't ask me how I'm doing that. It's magic. Yeah, boo forever, Jigs. I mean, yeah. It's definitely funny on how they're all like, here's a chance. And I'm like, either my odds are extremely terrible, or I think it almost needs to be like a pity system, I think, personally. And that basically, like, the longer you go without hatching like a darkler egg, especially after winning a heist, maybe they should give you one. Because yeah, I can only imagine going through all of that effort and just never getting a darkler Aniimo. Which, for me, is a very real possibility that you're just never going to see one of those, and it's like, okay, so I just won't do the game mode. But, as I was telling Derpy yesterday, PvP was never really my thing, because I was trying to play it yesterday, and we were having, it was like such a struggle for everybody involved in it. So hopefully it gets better down the line. Hopefully they improve the odds. I like that little graphical thing over there. They turn into little hexagonal shapes. Hopefully I'll have to put that in there. Maybe they'll improve that. Maybe it's me and the lighting. I know sometimes like your CPU can kind of mess with you a little bit. I forgot what I needed for these orders. I need a lemon. I need 20 lemons. That's a lot of lemons. And then I need dried strawberries, candied strawberry, cream puff strawberries, claw game cooker, and then maple candy stars. Claw game cooker. Oh good. Get your water. It's definitely been dry. It's been very dry. I think I need you first. Do I have lemons? I thought I had lemons. I may not have lemons. So I didn't think I'd be. I think I was more focused on the materials needed to get. Yeah, I don't have lemons. I need to go buy lemons. I think I was more focused on getting the material needed to make my RV look pretty. So I need to go buy me some lemons. Oh, I do have lemons. It said I didn't have lemons. Oh, well, I'm not going to complain. It's like, how dare it? No, I'm pretty sure. Something happening. I think it's because I'm like pretty much like out of like coins now because I keep messing around and buying stuff. But I think it's just because I'm going like all out because it has been noted, duly noted, that everything will get wiped minus your Aniimo, your choice of the one Aniimo. So I can't really say I was too concerned with a lot of stuff. It's like I see everybody else like trying to, like, how do you get this? How do you get that? I'll trade for this, that, and the other thing. And I'm all like, I mean, it's going to get wiped. I mean, you're sitting there putting all this effort into it, and you may not see anything come of it after a while. There we go. Now we got coins. Now I go back and spend it all. Yeah, I think that should be enough. We got... That should do it. Let's see if I can do any upgrades. Nah, I knew that wasn't going to come about. More complex recipes. Go to the Nimbus Fields RV Park to find Fanny. I apparently need... Yeah, it's that heartwood. That's going to be the biggest roadblock right now, is that hardwood. Heartwood? Well, I also need to reach a level 8 for the RV. Let's see. I'll pick stuff up at random. Heartwood. Oops. I want to pick you up. Yeah, I can't get to... I'm kind of in a little bit of a pickle. It looks like I need to level up my... I need to level up my RV before I get to the rest. But I did hatch the Prismana. I think it's a Fen main. I thought it was a Fen Tough, but it's a Fen main, so it's a fully evolved form of it. I was okay with it. I mean, it's pretty. It's very pretty. I think the only thing that would get to me personally in the end is that it's just like I prefer the more cool, personable critters, and it's pretty much like a doggy unicorn. I'm like, it's pretty, it's fluffy, it's colorful. Okay, I lied. It's elite. The one that I got from the egg was an elite. But still, my point kind of still stands. I can see that getting to be a little bit of a downer when you're doing a game mode that you can't really seemingly succeed in without some serious effort, which I mean, but that's what I mean though. It's like it takes some serious effort. Like they should give you a chance to get a Dark Lure form. And instead, yeah, I'm getting apparently a bunch of these guys now. They really love me. Guess I will go take care of this thing real quick. Go report this thing. I've noticed that for some reason. It's like I just reported these, and yet it's making me report the same ones. So am I getting like double the experience? But I can show everybody the fin main. I wonder if it's raining in that one area. Now that I think about it. Dang. Like, that was literally something I just thought of when I stepped out in there. I was like, is that one? Is that... It's like, can I go to that one thing and see if I can catch that Luminel, I think it's called? But there is the fin tuft. Odd. Okay. It's allowing me to level up, but it wasn't letting me like hit like the very end and everything. It was kind of throwing a little bit of a fit. Guess that's why I switched you two out, because what do I got to lose? Because Full Mantis is not that... He looks cool, but he's not that great. He is extremely pushy. He's extremely easy to push around. Which is kind of sad, because I can see him having potential due to being a lightning type, but he's definitely on the sad end of things. And let's see about getting Antipod Ultra. Nah, I'm not gonna bite on that. I think I did that once and I accidentally almost made a mess for myself when I started running low on the weaker ones. Can I do PvP? Yeah, I can. I was getting ready to hop into it. I think it does take a while because it's for some reason, which I mean, I guess I can kind of see why it wouldn't be. There's in some cases, hang on, I got Fin Main as part of my team, and so I want to get her leveled up. Him. I want to get him leveled up before I jump in, so that way I'm not... So that way I'm not going in with my metaphorical pants down and tripping all over myself. But yes, it's not one of my favorite modes, but I am able and I am willing to do PvP. It's mostly just because like right now it's like super clunky. I think you can technically like run around while you wait, which to me is very helpful, but there's been quite a few times where there is no PvP battle. So far, it's just Egg Heist, which basically, like, Egg Heist is the form of you have your different teams. Yeah, see, this is what happens every time I try to do like the whole thing of like queuing up and then running around. But going back to before, you go into separate egg maps with your team, where you then try to get a Darkler egg, and then you basically with your team, and I think that this is regardless of whoever's alive at the end, because you can get defeated by the Darkler Aniimo during your individual map runs. You can get like knocked out, so technically it can end up being like a 3 versus 1 when you reach the middle, because that's where the PvP begins. But there is no... I don't know if it's something that they'll introduce down the road, though. So I don't want to sit there and say like, well, there won't be any PvP ever. Like, there might eventually be PvP, but there is no real like you go into an arena and fight each other, either like one-on-one or teams, or there's nothing like that just yet. As for any information on it, I mean, yeah, I don't want to put words in the devs' mouths and say that there will and there won't be. Yeah, see, this keeps happening. I guess it's one way to make sure that I'm still in here. Yeah, but there's no real PvP fights. There might eventually be PvP fights, but I think they want to focus more on the other aspects that are already there. Almost like with, like everybody's been asking if there's even going to be like a PS5 version, and I'm like, I think even they've said it's like there might be, but it's not something that's like super on the table for it. So yeah, now we wait, because yeah, there's no real form of popularity behind this thing. I think this has to be like one of the most, like, it's not hated, but I think right now, just because everything is still being worked out, it's not everybody's favorite, because as far as I'm personally concerned with it, with myself, there's too much risk, too little reward for it, because you're supposed to be able to get a Darkler egg for it, but in the case of the PvP version of this, you have to effectively buy the ability to convert the egg that you have into a Darkler egg, and it's one big fat chance of getting one. So on top of the many layers that you have to go through just to get the egg, you may not get a Darkler or Aniimo in the end. Because that's actually what happened to me. Like, my very first Aniimo that I got from that game mode, it was like this guy. It was a Flamarion, and he's just your average Joe. I mean, sure, he's got good stats, but he's basically an average Joe right now. So, yeah, I'm still unfortunately waiting, so I don't know if it'll happen or not. I mean, I'm hoping it'll happen. I know last time, though, it takes about 8 minutes to get into a match. Right now, I'm feeling strangely sad at everything as I'm sliding across the ground. Mood fluctuations as an individual high-altitude form NIMBY has spread into group crying. So apparently they're all group crying right now because they're really sad. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean for me. As they're cussing at me. Blah blah. NIMBY family. I don't know if I want to switch to I got my team already set up, so I don't think I'm gonna do anything with these guys just yet, because I don't want to switch out my team and run the risk of getting an underleveled NIMBY for my team member. There was one that's supposed to show up when it snows here. I gotta look real quick. Check out south side of Fluff Wild. Yeah, that's the Prismana one, though. Snowy weather. Yeah, it's whatever this thing is. I'm not sure what that thing is. But I guess only one way to find out is to look around. Let's head towards the middle. Let's check out... Oh, now we're in Mistwoods. We don't want Mistwoods. We want snowy, sad weather. Ah, you're an iris. Let's go over here. Ah! I'm appreciating then how I'm apparently extremely sad every time I walk towards a certain section of the game. I'm like, I get it. I'm really sad. Beleaguered. Apparently the sheep are really sad. This thing is like the ultimate, like, My Little Pony crossover. Like it's like all of the My Little Ponies rolled into one. Let's go this way. Oh, and it glides. I was not expecting that. Like, I knew the other one had wings, but this one didn't have wings, so I was not expecting that. Welcome back. I just now found it's like My Little Pony, a poodle, and Sylvie. I know, right? I'm like a little weirded out by this thing because like it can fly. It can fly too. You want that? Let me play with you. There was another streamer that I was watching play with this guy. I mean, I can definitely see why it'd be a popular pick. As I think it's shooting lasers out of its tail. And it rains like disaster on everything. I'm like, dang. I caught a icy loopy, an icy skippy. I already caught you. I wanted to catch another one. Ooh, you must be it. The palm egg. The icy palm egg. We are still waiting on a match, by the way. It's kind of what I was afraid of. I was telling somebody earlier, it's like, I can try, but I just don't think this is a popular, right? You the deadly. But yeah, I was telling somebody earlier, I was like, this is probably not going to go well, because I don't think I'm alone in not really liking this game mode, Egg Heist. I'd have to see. Oh man, I made that one faint. I wasn't paying attention. For some reason, I thought that one, the red was my health bar. When in reality, it was its health bar, so I went overboard. Yeah, I'd have to look real quick. Once I attempt to catch this guy. It looks like he's light and lightning. Not highly unusual. Yeah, he's light and lightning. Literally the only thing that hurts him, I think, is darkness. I think. Otherwise, he pretty much takes everything. I can see him being a nasty little contender to go up against with his typing. Especially if, because I honestly can't really... Did they just kick me out? I think it kicked me out. Yeah, I know, like, Prismana, I think, is one of the things that helps it change its typing up. So I can't swear that the regular version, when that one evolves into, I don't know if that one will turn into a light and lightning, but if it does, then I can see that one definitely being a tough contender, because it's like, yeah. It's like that's a little bit of a nasty combination, it seems. That one has a Aniimo on its head. That's a little funny to see. It's got a little hat. It's got a hat. So I was also fine. A dragon hat. I guess that's true. I guess if it's wearing it like a. So I've learned the very hard way that the way the rules of this works is that's why it says 1 out of 2. Is that technically you can have one of 2 goals. You either get an egg or you submit 30,000 worth of eggshell coin items. And so if you don't get an egg, you gotta submit the coin. Like portal here. Portal where? There it is. I don't like the fact that my stamina is like almost zilch because of like, hey, I can't keep up because I can't run with the darn. It's fancy Sunday clothes. I mean, it could be fancy Sunday clothes. It's not every day you got a dragon on your head. So I'm usually one of the slowest ones to get the eggs, so I'm basically am trying to beat the punch and get the coins. Because I also found out, and this is yet another complaint, is that you can technically beat your opponent to the PvP egg, and you may not even get a chance to even get an egg. I found that out last night when I got into a different match, and so I found that out when I got into a different match, and we were just slow enough that we technically couldn't even get the egg. So so I thought that was kind of like I feel like that should have been a little bit blocked off, so that way everybody has a chance to get a hold of the egg. Because yeah, it's like. Well, that's what was getting at before, where we had basically like a 3 versus 1 match because we were able to get all of our guys there, but like our opponent only had like themselves. And so yeah, and so it was like there are certain aspects to it that you could end up losing almost seemingly unfairly in a way, because yeah, you're sitting there like working so hard to get the thing, and then you find out that you don't even get a chance to get the egg. So so as I said, I can definitely see why this would be a little bit of a hated game mode unless they make some form of improvements of like, oh, the match doesn't start unless, I'd say almost like a fail-safe of like everybody getting knocked out, because I mean if everybody gets knocked out, that's a different story versus like, oh, they're just there, they're just slower. I don't know where I'm going. I'm kind of just following them around everywhere. Much like with everything else, I mean, whether or not they'll improve it, I mean, I hope they will. I keep going in the wrong direction with this thing. Where's the pathway? Here? Okay, so I need to go a little further. Little smidge further. I think if I can pick this up. Nope, I need like 100 points. Then there's this. Like, there'll be like no fire, and yet I'll somehow manage to burn. I'm like, nothing is touching me, and yet I'm somehow getting hurt. I'm like, none of this makes sense. So now, with any luck, they'll fix that or redo it in a patch. I have faith that they will. Oh no, they disconnected. I think one guy came back. A bud claw, chase it. Oh, they went down. Ah, come on. Don't step into the fire. You're going to get me killed. Got up just to get knocked down. Ah, you can't touch this. Hey, crawling in. Yeah, you can technically like slowly crawl toward your. However, yeah, it's like I wish this thing would go down already. This is not good, though. Squished. Yeah. Yeah, this is where we, I imagine we, like, completely lost. Like, we didn't even get the egg and everything. So, yeah. Like I said, I think this is pretty much why the game mode, I don't think... And I just lost my backpack, too, on top of that. So I just lost an expensive backpack. But that's why re-itinerate the they're definitely going to make some fixes before I even think I even look at that. Look at the. Which, I mean, I'm always willing to to keep trying, but before I go back in there though, I need to re-expand my bag. I need to re-expand my bag. Was that a glitch, or was there a chance of losing the... No, so, with... There's, certain games and game modes to where if you go down, you lose everything. That's basically what that was. It's not a glitch. Basically, you run the risk of, if you go down, you run the risk of losing everything. And... there's a lot of times where the, as I'm trying to find the words for it, there's a lot of times where, like, unless you stick together, like what just happened there, like, I think everybody just got too separated, and so it just kind of just went downhill. Especially when you got somebody else that was like, this is my first time. I'm like, oh, yay. That's pretty much it. Is that, yeah. And what's even worse is that it's like, although I think it's because we all went down. It's either because we either all went down or because we didn't even manage to even make it to the end of that one thing. And so we didn't even get to like the egg and all that to move on. But even with that, like the fact that that wasn't really like through like any real fault of anybody's. you lost everything. It's like, ew. Let me see. And yeah, luckily I guess I can get this backpack, but yeah. And like I said, something to remember is that you go through all of that just for a chance of a dark lure egg. A chance. And I guess if they offered a little bit more? Because yeah, like, don't get me wrong, like, I think they said that this is like your highest chance of getting a... It's like your highest chance of getting a dark lure egg, but it's still just a chance, is what this is. And yeah, yuck indeed. Very much yucky. Because yeah, all it takes is for like something like that to happen, and it's game over effectively. Not very excited to do that. Well, and as I said before, there was very much a reason why why that was not a very popular game mode. Like, I think when I was playing it last night, what little I was playing it last night, I think it was like I was like running it pretty much like with the same like 2 people. Like, it was just the same 2 people running it every time. I think it's just that it's that unpopular. So I mean, I'm hoping that's a sign that they'll kind of like see it and maybe take a look at things and work on fixing it. I honestly forgot this existed. Experience gems. But yeah, it's honestly just something where I'm like, unless it has like a like the whole like, that's why you always see me click on them. It's like, unless it has like a new or a star or something that's all like, ooh, I never look at it, and it's funny. Let me see. Now it's raining in Nimbus Fields. Which I already did most of it there. Where I want to go is next. There. Well, technically, what I was wanting to try to do is to catch a sparkly Ember Pup. I was wanting to try to see if I can take a sparkly Ember Pup with me, but I'm not sure if I'm willing to take that risk on it. I'm not sure if I'm willing to risk everything on trying to get a shiny Ember Pup, because it's just so random, and if I don't get one that's perfect, then it's all like, oh man, which one do I take with me then? The sparkling one or the sparkly chicken? I mean, I could take a sparkly chirpy with me, but I think I was pretty settled on Ember Pup. I think the other one that I was considering was Fintuft, but I'm not really sure if I'm fond of the little critter. I'm not really sure what the I think the only other one that'd be considering is Celestis. Celestis or Shelly? Because I think Sharo would be a cool one to be running around, because I still haven't beaten that thing. Like, that thing's like a monster. But for now, I'm sticking with Ember Pup. Ember Pup is a loyal good boy. We shall although I have yet to evolve the other one though, because I was wanting to see if he made those noises, because if he was just as annoying as his counterpart Infralupa, if Infralupa was just as annoying as Scorchowl, I don't know how I would feel about that. I also don't know how to get those. Defeat Flame Rough, Powerful One, release Infralupa. Are you the kind of person that would pick Pokemon games based on the legendaries you could get? Yes. I don't even have to really, like, finish that. Yes. I very much choose, like, what I think is, like, the coolest, like, legendary. I know, too, like, if you I would also, like, occasionally Google, like, oh, can I get like, one of the biggest ones would be like, oh, can I catch a Haunter? Because I know, like, after a while, they would eventually make it to where, like, one could catch, like, Ghastly in them, but then, like, the other one was, like, Abra. So I'm all like, oh. So, I would immediately choose also based upon the, exclusives. Because I wouldn't really have a lot of people to trade with. Especially in the beginnings when they wanted you to be pretty much like right next to each other practically, and like with that cable and everything. So yeah, so I also would base it upon how many exclusives it had that I wanted. And I think that's actually pretty much it. So I was about ready to say, it's like it might also be dependent on the colors, but nah, it's mostly legendaries and then exclusives. Do that based on... I feel like that's natural to do, especially like I said, like in the beginnings when you had to do it, at least up until I think the DS versions. Like up until the DS versions, you were kind of reliant on who you could get to because there wasn't really online play. And then, sure, it got easier with online play, but I think even then, only until they did the Wonder Trade was I finally able to get a good chunk of what I was missing. Fun fact, I did not complete a Pokédex until Sword and Shield because of that. Because it is always so hard to get a hold of certain Pokemon. And so yeah, so I didn't complete a Pokédex until Sword and Shield. What was I going to do? Maybe Fentuft's here. How's one become happy? I guess I will try to join up on another egg heist and see if I fare any better. It sucks because honestly, it's like for one of the few multiplayer modes, it's like I want to get behind it, but I'm just like, there's just so much about it though that it needs work. Potential, but it needs work. But that would be something that I would be willing to, if I got followers that would download this game, and you know, obviously we could all play together, you know, like we could all form our own teams and laugh at me as I get my butt kicked. Because as I said, I'm not exactly the greatest PvPer known to man. In case you couldn't tell, I'm hinting for people to download this game when it comes out. Notoriously bad at making complete Pokédex. Oh yeah, there would be times where I would get close, especially with the when I think like one of the closest ones was like Black and White, I think, where they made it to where it had the online like Wonder Trade, and it had and like an all new Pokédex, so you could kind of start fresh with it. And so I think that one I got close, and then it immediately got destroyed when basically I think like after you beat the game, that's like when the world opens up. And so I went from having like the whole base dex to basically as once again it was all like, so you gotta do this and that. It was mostly what would get me would be the like the ones that were like super limited, like Celebi and all them. Yeah, like the regional and The regional dex was doable, but the national one that had everything, that one was a little bit trickier. Because, yeah, like I said, like, yeah, it's when you had to get, like, the regional, not the regional, you had to get, like the limited ones, like Mew, Celebi, like, those all counted, but they were, like, extremely difficult to get. I mean, extremely difficult to get. And so, of course, people would want, say, like, Arceus for Mew. And I'm like, I'm not giving up my Arceus for you, or they want like a shiny one. And obviously, the only exception was more recently was it easier to even get shinies, because then that would be the other one. Like, oh, give me a shiny. What's a shiny Rayquaza? Let's just say him. And so everybody's all like, but you can't get a shiny Rayquaza. And I'd be all like, you know what? That's precisely my point. It would be next to impossible to give them what they wanted, so you couldn't give them what they wanted, and so then you were forever short Mew and all of them. Oh, and don't even get me started on when they would give you the opportunity to get them, but then you would have to go to GameStop and get a card. Only because, of course, the cards would be, like, limited or whatever. You would go and get the card, and they'd all be gone. Because you got, like, one person that wants, like, 20 Mews. And then you got somebody out there holding, like, 20 Mews hostage. And that's when I think they had to introduce the whole thing of all like, okay, you can only have one per customer. Pokemon Go made it so much easier to get shiny. Oh yeah, I think Pokemon Go is where I got my first shiny, ironically. And I'm talking about like my very first, like I didn't get a shiny until Pokemon Go. And then I think it was a shiny, I can't remember what it was, honestly. I think it was like a shiny Vulpix, I think. You, come back here. You will stay put so I can beat on you and catch you. And for the record, I've also been pestering everybody else about this game. Everybody else is all like, I hope you're bugging everybody else, and I'm all like, yes. I used to go get the cards from GameStop for a friend because the only one near him closed. There aren't any GameStops in Puerto Rico. That was what, ooh, that one's really pretty. I think that one was like one of the worst instances of like why I think like the whole like going into like a GameStop or like a Toys R Us or like any physical store for those cards to me was just all like it was a nice idea for community's sake, but in terms of like for me where it's like when I was a kid I obviously couldn't drive myself. And so while I'm fairly certain that my parents were more than willing to say, take me to a Toys R Us, you know, me being the glasses introverted nerd that I was, I had a hard time like going in there and asking a store clerk of all like, please give me a shiny Charizard card. And Yes, I'm bugging everybody about this game. Like I'm like raving about this everywhere. Let's see, I'm like 5 minutes into waiting for this match and there's like nothing happening. I'm bugging everybody about. That's because I'm totally not hinting to download this game when it comes out. Dang, I went in there swinging. I must stick with Ember Pup though. Ember Pup is my choice. I was wanting to see what it sounded like if I evolved it, but it sounds like it's still gonna be a pain in the butt to evolve that thing. I gotta go back to I gotta go back to Beast Fang Ridge in order to see if I can fix that. I'm a nerd at. Yes, I was very much a nerd. Pokemon was one of my most favorite franchises, and that's why I'm like such a nerd over this thing. Like, I'm like, does it have like the amount of customization like Power World? I mean, no. But I think it has enough spirit behind it that I think this could definitely become I could definitely see this kind of becoming a little bit of a sleeper hit in a way. And I'm like, I can't get enough of this game, and so I'm hoping that they don't drop the ball, because I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like such a nerd for this game that I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to do if this game fails. I'm like that much of a nerd behind this thing. Everybody's like, well, just play Power World, and I'm all like, don't you get it? Power World's not the same as Aniimo. Not yet, at least. Nah, not yet. And it is going to take time. They got until they got until I think the most common date that I've been hearing is September. I think is what everybody's kind of gunning for the summer release. So let's stick with that, and let's just say that they basically have until September to cook. Which, I mean, they're already doing plenty of bug fixes and everything, so I'm going to give them time to cook. Because there's like so many games where they're either like not given a chance before they even get, you know, they like, oh, they release, oh no, how dare they, like 5 minutes in, and it's like, no, they need to be given a little bit more time. So they've said repeatedly that it's like there's gonna be no gotcha, nothing of that sort, no pay to win, so it's like, much like with everything else, it's like, give them time to bake this game into the perfect cake. Nine minutes, dang. I'm still waiting to get in. I think the only thing is I really think they should give you like a 5th slot, because it looks like down the road having a healer Aniimo is very necessary, and so, or I guess maybe even make it 6, just for the sake of like every other thing has you carry around like 6, so why not this game? So I carry around 6 and then you're all set. I can't toss enough Anipods at them. I'm abusing all these poor... Hey, you're not a Ember Pup. You're an Ember Pup. I'm abusing all the poor Ember Pups. May your flame burn forever. Ember Pup challenging itself. I felt your enthusiasm. I had so much fun practicing today. Let me tell you the secret treasure spot. Right there. Go. I'm under attack. Trying to benchmark my PC for this. I have to look, because there's been like bug reports. So honestly, and I of course would completely understand, like if you wanted to like message me in like Discord like your specs, and then I can try to compare them to see if I can find like a similar spec of like a beta player. But like I said, it'd be completely up to you. I would of course would be okay if you were all like, no, I don't want to. But I can't really see this being that demanding if an iPhone can play it. I'm hoping it wouldn't really require too much effort if an iPhone can play this game. But, I mean, I could obviously be wrong, because I know some phones can act like supercomputers sometimes. Is this powerful enough for you? It wasn't going to let me push it over, so of course I was all like, okay, fine. Might have to wait until it comes out to check. That could be too. I mean, I think I've seen people playing this on laptops, so... And while I know, too, like, laptops are somewhat the same way, I mean, I can't really see it being... Sure, I can't really see this being like oh yeah, a potato can play this, but... On the other hand, though, I can't really see it to where it's all like, yeah, you need like 15 gigabytes of... 15 million gigabytes of RAM. Spirit Link, Infralupa, old. The Spirit Link of Infralupa, old. Its fighting spirit has been rekindled. It was once a powerful Omega flame rough, full of ambition. It would lead the young Ember pups of its family on patrols around their territory and drive off Bone Ski family intruders, earning the admiration of many Ember pups. However, it eventually grew old. It was challenged repeatedly by young Ember pups, and it felt increasingly unable to do as well as it should. Until the day came, when it was defeated and it lost its position as the Omega. It was flooded with relief, but that feeling was accompanied by a sense of great loss. It didn't know what else it could do, and so it put everything on the line to challenge Aiko. In truth, its fighting spirit had been damned from the moment it realized its aging body could not keep up. Unexpectedly, this decision made it a legend and became known as an immortal warrior. I love the fun things my pixel does. Yeah, I don't think it's entirely a reference, but I know too, like that honestly kind of pushes Infralupa for me even more, I guess, is that it's like the information behind Infralupa is just so like good. Like it's almost like inspirational in a way of like the little engine that could, in a way. The Thousand Ridge Fang really responded. This place is full of the smell of powerful flames. Thank you. Now Ronka won't have to keep worrying about legendary perfume ingredients. Ronka? Why are you looking at me like that? I have friends too. C from Bloomville is my friend. He's a perfumer, but he ran into some troubles recently. He wanted to create a legendary perfume to present to the Iris Guardian, but he always failed. He said this legendary perfume must be made of flowers from the Ridgeback tree. But the Ridgeback tree hasn't bloomed for many years. He tried to substitute other ingredients, but all attempts had failed, so he chose to give up, and I wanted to help him. So I came here hoping to make the Ridgeback trees bloom again to cheer him up. He asked me to come and find you. Really? But I probably can't go back to him anytime soon. Actually, I have a wish of my own. I was raised in Bloomville, so I'd never seen a fight between truly powerful ones. First time I felt that thrill was when I saw you fighting. I think I want to fight too. I can hear this voice deep down in my heart. So could you please give this flare burst flower to him? It's a flower because I accidentally clicked through it. As soon as I finish my own fighting, I will come back and let you know. Ember pup that smells nice has started its own journey. Thank you for making my father pull himself together, but I'm confused. Why did the Thousand Ridge Fang approve your fight? Neither of you are as powerful as Aiko. Being powerful has nothing to do with it. Spirit? I don't even understand, but maybe I'll figure it out when I become the most powerful Scorch Howl. When that day comes, please accept my challenge. I look forward to it, because I have no idea what the other one says. Stuff. And standing up. I knew it. Yeah, standing up. Right? It's awesome and more powerful. I made my decision. I'm going to tell everybody right now. I'll tell all my friends, especially those who thought it had lost. I'm going to tell everyone. The legend of Beast Fang Ridge is not over, and now it burns brighter than ever. So does it mean all the Ember Pups stink? I think they're just trying to say that because this one is from Bloomville, it's a... excuse me. It's effectively a better smelling one, because I imagine... Basically, imagine a little doggy running around smelling like you're perfect... like you're like deodorant or something. Is probably the best way to put it. Be careful. Yeah, and if anybody doesn't believe me, you'll back me up. Gotta go. Gosby Ember Pup raced away. It's your time to shine, nighttime. 17 minutes. I'm still in matchmaking. Lupa's head flying in the sky. You tell ghost stories. I was trying to get a hold of the spirits, so I'm not sure what it takes to get a hold of the spirits to evolve Lupa. It's kind of adorable. I know, right? Well, that basically was what made that one stand out, because he belonged from that one in Bloomville. But the Bloomville pup obviously wants to be all like, I want to fight people. And you're all like, okay, I guess. I don't get it, but okay. This is marked for some reason, I don't know why. I'm well aware I need to employ a Glacie, but I don't want to. Pretty bad though, you go around like helping this ridge out with all these Ember Pups just to turn around and beat them all up and catch them. So rambunctious. That's just half of it. Oops. As I go up and accidentally punch one in the face. It's definitely funny though, and how yeah, like the Ember Pups are the ones that are all like, I'm gonna fight you. I'm like semi-torn though now on the jellyfish thing. Like I'm always like a sucker for like the jellyfish, and now Luminel looks pretty cool. Like they showed one in Discord. So now I'm all like, I wonder which one I should pick now. I wonder if I'm gonna get decision paralysis again. I guess so. It goes back to if I can get a half decent one first. Because it's obviously meaningless if I get a whole bunch of common jellyfish or whatever. Spirit Link, Lupa. The Spirit Link of Lupa, its fighting spirit, has been rekindled. It wrote its own legend of its journey from the most powerful Ember Pup to the most powerful Flame Rough. Shortly after its daughter's birth, it decided to go to the Thousand Ridge Fang to prove itself a father worthy of adoration, using the burning Ridgeback trees. However, it failed. The withered Ridgeback tree seems to mock its puniness. The Thousand Ridge Fang was ablaze until Ico appeared. It challenged Ico over and over and was defeated again and again. It stubbornly believed that it could only gain the Ridgeback tree's acknowledgement by becoming the most powerful Scorch Owl. Until the day it became an Inferlupa. Becoming one meant that it had lost all possibility of becoming the most powerful Scorch Owl. Having lost its purpose, it gave up on itself, and its once burning fighting spirit was buried in ash. Nevertheless, its daughter still firmly believes that it is a lost warrior who hasn't found its way home yet. Filthy commoners. Welcome to Mon Stream. We punch Aniimo here. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Gonna make me look bad. No, I'm just kidding. I was like, how do I get those things? Victory is rare. Defeated, their bodies become ridgeback trees while their spirits linger. Defeat Flame Ruff, the powerful one. Did it seriously have me join a team while I wasn't looking? Alright, let's try again. I turn away 1 minute after taking like 20 years and... You're right. I definitely think there needs to be some kind of like tone or something, because it's like on top of being able to do that, like I had like no notification. Like it was just all of a sudden it's like somebody left the team and I'm like, wow. Like that's how we do this, right? As I go around and start beating up more puppies. This totally doesn't make me look bad running around punching puppies in the face. I don't know if that hint is for me to take out Ember Pups. Actually, no, it said to fight him, so I'm like, now I'm a little, I'm kind of back to being confused now as to what it wants from me. Alright, somebody left the team. I didn't have no idea that didn't know I was even in it because it was taking like 20 minutes. Somebody's gonna sit there and see this and be like, that lousy streamer, how was that? It's like, she was on my team and didn't even know it. And I'm like, oops. I got a rare traded Ember Pup. It's keeping you up as well? Yeah, the fool has been practicing on that Ember Coal all day long. It's too bright for us to sleep. I'm so tired of the fool. Let me talk some reason to it. Burn Ember Coal, I can feel something. Okay. Like, do I need to be... I can't seem like it talks to him unless I put it. I mean, I wonder if I can put it out. No? Yeah, you can slowly push it away from it. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Because it's not letting me talk to him for some reason. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll catch it. Woof, woof, woof. Well, I can't seemingly talk to this thing, so... Don't know what's going on with that, but I can't talk to him for some reason. Alright, let's analyze all of our... Got a bunch of elites. Again. Oddly enough, I don't think I got a single, like, sparkling outside of, like, the little bit that I got. It looks like everybody else has been getting, like, sparklies, like, left and right. Little old me, I'm lucky if I even see one. I'm totally not bitter. I'm not bitter at all. I hate that. It's like I'm trying to release more than one, and it's all like, nah, because you accidentally dragged one. Like that, and it's like... Yeah. Walked away upset. I don't know, I just got done pulverizing all of you. I'm surprised you're all upset. Figured y'all be trying to do the whole thing of all like, you better stay, you better keep asleep with one eye open. It's definitely a little hard to do like a rapid fire release. Let's... No. You. Because I don't need... Let's leave it at that. You know, you punch birds, they won't give you sparkling. True, I did charge into a bunch of innocent birds and was pulverizing them into oblivion. I did get him, though. So I will say that maybe I'll have the last laugh, because I did get him. What's so funny is that technically, I think ironically, Bolty and the Geode back has the better stats than the Ember Pup, even though the Ember Pup has perfect stats. What do you mean I can't use it on him? Has reached full recommended stats. Just out of curiosity. Trait fruit. Trade into a common or rare. Don't know what that means. Used on any Aniimo to change its form into any special form other than Prismana, but you almost already have an Aniimo of that form. I saw all that. I'm like, don't tell me I was in a team again without really realizing it. Ember Perp, oh my god. I mean, yeah, technically even that Ember Pup is supposed to have perfect stats, but technically, as I said, if I want to go by absolute perfection, it would be between, right now, ironically, the Bolty and the, it would be between Bolty and that, Geode back. You're at 44%, which you is because it needs to be raining. You is because you hate me. Already caught you. You're the Prismana form. No, you're the rain version. Oh, so you're not I thought it was a Prismana form of that. Nighttime condition. I don't know what you are. However, you might be related to the Budclaw. Ember Pup. Oh. There's a bunch of Luminels. I have to go see if I can get me some sparkling. I kind of forgot about that. I should probably see if I can get a hold of some more sparkling potions. I don't think I can, but it's worth a shot because I can't remember if that's a weekly thing or if that's a daily thing. Somebody remind me, I can't remember. Yeah, I know I'm in a matchmaking match forever. They look like huddling flamingos. I know, right? Well, it's only because I could basically charge in there like a bowling ball. Was I all like, okay, yeah, I can only get like a weekly thing. Egg Heist shop, huh? You learn something new every day. Yeah, I can't do that here. That's right. I think I need those tickets. But yeah, but that's why that was specifically why I charged in there the way I did. Is because they looked all huddled up, so almost like I felt like a bowling ball almost. Or I was just able to just like go in there and cannonball. Let's go set. What just happened here? I need to find the other end where I can get those Budclaws. I should probably try to get a hold of... I swear, it would be really tough if I got a perfect traded version of those, because those look like... Those look very pretty too, and I'm like a sucker for jellyfish. I'm like a huge sucker for jellyfish. Right in the middle of them all. I mean, pretty much. Like, I could have sworn that's what I almost did. Like, I did this. I just did it, like, in the middle of a whole bunch of them. Quit crying! You're making me sad! You're making me sad doing this, but I need to catch all of you so I can find one that has good stats. I love how they like. I know, that's what I mean. It's gonna be very hard if I can get a half decent one, which is what I'm basically doing this now. Like, it's gonna be a very tough contender if I get a hold of one that has a good stat to it. As I'm kicking one in the face. I haven't even seen like the Luminel. Like, I've only seen it like somebody else like effectively catching one and then posting it on Discord. So it's like I can only imagine what the Luminel one looks like. I think though I'm unfortunately catching the middle one with Veil Float. I think I need to find the bubblies, the ones that are slowly floating up a creek without a paddle. Aquarium here, the huge jellyfish exhibit. I'd love to see a jellyfish, like, because I know like the zoo with where I am, I don't think they have jellyfish. And I can't remember if yeah, I can't remember if the actual like aquarium that was like in it's not the zoo, but yeah, it's like a good like aquarium and I only went to that once. I can't remember if it had jellyfish. You, come here. No, you're not allowed to run from me. Get back here. You have been denied. Also, Veil Float is the basic form. Okay, so I caught like a whole bunch of them. Yeah, but I'm like a huge sucker. Like don't get me wrong. Like if you were to sit there and say like, oh, what would you choose, the ocean or like a cabinet, like a cabin in the mountains? Like I totally would choose the cabin in the mountains, but I'm just like a sucker for like the thought of the ocean, like coral and everything. Like it's like I'm just like a huge sucker for like all of it. I think, yeah, like one of my favorite like creatures is like dolphins and sharks, and anytime I even hear it on the news when somebody's like, "Oh, somebody got bit by a shark," I'm like, "What did you do?" No, I'm just kidding. Although I do believe though that it's like as mankind like goes more and more into like nature's territory, it's all like, what do you expect to have happen? It's like stuff's going to start happening, unfortunately, as sad as it is. Come on. Thank you. Yay! It's your time to shine, Luminel. I can't get the rain though. Stop crying! You're making me sad doing this. What did you do to get bit by a shark? I know a lot of times it's just them swimming, but I mean, it goes back with everything else of like, the more people overfish and the more pollution that occurs in the ocean, the less food they're going to have, and so they're going to start trying to go elsewhere to look for food. And so when you got people that are swimming in the ocean, and sometimes they even look like a wounded fish, it turns into, because I'm not saying that they're like doing it on purpose, but I guess like the as much as it might be a bad example, like Jaws was like one of the better ones, where it's like it shows like I think it shows like an underwater thing where you're seeing him like looking up at somebody on like a surfboard, and it looks almost, you're all like, that could totally pass off as a fish. Whereas I think they were trying to do the whole thing of all like, oh no, the kid's in danger. It's like, but he totally looks like a fish when from that angle, and so it's like when you kind of give off that appearance too, it's like you got lack of food for one critter, versus you look like food from, that you look like its source of food, so of course it's going to unfortunately take a nibble. And yeah, and they're going to get more and more frequent, and so it's like, and to go on my short little environmental message, it's like, take care of your environment, like take care of everything. Or yeah, that's it. Seal, it's like seal. But it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, take care of your environment, because it's like, it's the only one that we've got, and the more we basically help ecosystems recover and everything, it's like sharks will come by less and less because they're not borderline starving to death. See if I can make it daytime, because there's supposed to be bug claws. I'm not seeing them anywhere, so I'm like, maybe there is a daytime aspect to it. See if I can run into any of them now. Lavender Fields. It was worth a shot. I was like, I was kind of panicking because these guys are like my own worst enemy when it comes to remembering on how to get them out, because they're able to run. I didn't want to switch, but I don't think I'm going to have much of a choice, because I'm pretty sure I gotta effectively be another Where's the one? There you are. I'll switch you out with this guy. You should have a feature you can search where certain... I think that was one of the things that people are kind of having trouble with, is that it's like, all it says is that there's Aniimo here. Like, you'll see these Aniimo here, so yeah, so then it turns into where. So I do think that that might be something that they might work on, because yeah, like it's been stated numerous times that it's a little unclear as to where these guys are. See, like right there, it's like, how on earth do I get this thing up? Wait, I think I remember now what I need to do. I think I remember, and that I have to... I think I have to be a Shelly, and I think I have to body slam it. Oh, Shelly, Shero. I forget what the involved with the middle guy is. You've got Shelly being the first one, Shero, Sheldon. That's it. I think you gotta body slam him as I pushed the wrong one. As I don't do the... that was mistime. Levitate. I wish I had a levitate spell. Dang, you guys are fast. Ah, I got you. Finally got you. Like, finally. Yeah, I wish I had a levitate spell though. Yay! I caught one. Finally. Heavy shell is a symbol of growth. So there's you. I'm at 44%. Wait, I caught you. So I didn't count. I think they said that was the other issue that was happening. It's like you'd catch one and it wouldn't count for some reason. All good. Enjoy your dinner. But I gotta deal with a crazy cat who's like running around everywhere like a madman. Let's see. Try again with this Blood Claw. Oh, come on now. This isn't fair. These things are extremely hard to catch. I can't even beat it to the punch. How on earth I can't even help. I can't even... There we go. It's gotta be within my range. From over there, I was all like, dang. It's like, how am I supposed to even get the first one? I already know I need a Sheldon, but I don't want to be Sheldon. Will this one count? Alright, now I know that's glitched out. I've caught several now, and they're not counting. So it might have to be something I might have to report. Actually, although I think numerous people have been reporting that, where yeah, it's like you catch it in the area and it doesn't count for some reason. Let's see if you count. I was like, I hope you count. You're gonna be a little difficult to catch, but I need to abuse all of my weaker Anipods first. Sucker punch! Let's go! I do think though, I think at one point in time, I don't know if I want to go on a cruise. It'd be nice to go on one at some point, just to say I did. But I don't know if I could do it. Oh, I caught it. Okay. Shrub claw, decorating the beach with pebbles is an artistic gift. And no, those two didn't count. Well, actually, maybe they will if I report them. Oh, great. Hopefully this, that was like some ill timing. Hopefully the, hopefully this Sheldon doesn't throw a damper and everything. Aww. Again. Again. Well, I guess it gives me a chance to swap out. Where are you? Where are you? I know you're around here somewhere. Ah, let's swap you out. Oh, I know I'm kind of partial to that Glacie too. It's an ice type though. I don't know how useful ice types are. Supposedly they could be very helpful. She's... Aww. I got an elite one. Alright, let's... All night, I've only been able to get in one match. Let's see if that did anything for... No? That's a little dirty there. Hopefully they fix that. I'm sitting there catching all those and they're not counting. Like, that's not fair. But I'm catching all of them. But I'm catching. Surely that counts for something, right? Surely?
Go.
Funny because I caught these guys and they counted. Like the birds counted and the two jellyfish did, but the two bug claws didn't count. Lighthouse, where is it? Who are you and what are you doing here in the middle of the day? I'm a pathfinder from a distant land. That explains why you're here during the daytime. This place may look empty, but this is actually the land of the legend. Land of the legend? Yes, the land of the golden shooting star. Everyone in Bloomville knows about that. When night falls, golden shooting stars streak across the sky above. Tide Blossom Coast in Bloomville. People believe that this breathtaking view is a blessing from the Griffin God. For a long time, some brave men followed the golden star and finally figured out what it really was. But don't worry, I'm not going to spoil it for you. This will be a surprise for you. Pathfinder from a distant land. Are you still here? I haven't been here for a long time, but a Pathfinder friend told me that there is a world's brightest lighthouse. I think he's gone insane from sailing for too long. There's no lighthouse here. But it's been a long time since Hayes last visited me. I don't know why, but I just remembered what he said about the brightest lighthouse in the world, so I thought I'd come back here and take a look. I don't know, maybe he'll come back soon. Bulby by the cliff. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be all about. All I know is that it's not fair that I caught 2 bug claws and they didn't count. I was hoping that the identification would fix that, but I guess not. There's him. Palm Egg has a drippy nose. Aw. Guess release you guys. I don't know why you guys are all sad. I was beating you all up. Going ahead and take care of these guys and go back in here and swap out Sheldon for one of the, because I just realized, I thought I swapped out Glacy for that, but no, it was Tough Mane, or Fin Mane rather. So I should probably fix that. Ooh, no, I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that at all. Okay then. I guess instead of flying, they float. Hmm. Can't remember where Sheldon is. Gots to remember where Sheldon is. Well, there's him. I don't want him, I want Sheldon. I might have to deal with him though, because I don't know where Sheldon is. There you are. I found you. Okay, I guess let's try again. Oh man. Gotta go over there. There's like a whole bunch of them up there, it looks like. Go check them out. Fighting spirit! Ho! I already know I need Sheldon, but I don't want to pull out Sheldon. Sheldon's not my best fighter. I wonder what everybody's dream vacation is, you know? Like, what's your dream vacation? I know we're talking about, like, beaches and stuff, but does everybody even want to go to the beach? Because I know sometimes You know, it's tempting to, but obviously the beach isn't meant for everybody. As much as people might be tempted to. So I think that's a good question to ask. I know mine would be... I don't know what mine would be. Because frankly, I don't like the cold in the mountains either. I know I've always wanted to go on like a scenic train ride to see if I can like see everything there is to see. You know? So... But if I had to choose, ironically I probably would choose the ocean, because I've always wanted to learn how to scuba dive. I think that'd be really cool if I was able to learn how. No, I just said, what would your dream vacation be? That was what the question was. So, technically, I mean, I guess if you wanted to go to another tropical country, I mean... Cool trip you and Dad went on was to see a very rare rock formation. Yeah, see, that's pretty cool. It's like it doesn't have to do anything to do about being in a hot or cold climate. It was a cool trip. So then what goes into the question is that it's like you mentioned your dad, so it's like where would you go to possibly take your dad? Like if you had all the money in the world to go and do something, like what would you guys do? Like what would you want to do? And that's where, like I said, I know like for me, I probably would either go for like a train ride going around everywhere. Go to the Hiroshima capital. I think that'd be like Japan. I mean, I've always wanted to go to Japan. I don't think I have the guts to go there though, because I couldn't be able to speak the language to save my life. That's actually pretty cool. And pay for some historian to try to find out about family stuff. That's actually pretty cool. But I think that's that'd be a pretty cool thing to try to do. I know with me being told about like my family line, like being from like Ireland and all that, I think I would go check them out too for that same reason. See like where like my great grandpa's roots came from and everything. Crap. Please register. I don't think you registered. Hey, you registered! Like a whole bunch of them weren't registering because I was trying to get this to get perfect stats here, and I was like, it's not going to register. Like, hey, I registered! So now I gotta go back and catch the Bud Claw. Did it just kick me out again? I definitely think that needs to get fixed too. It's like the fact I get kicked out, I get notifications without really, so it's like, do I have to really stare at I don't want to stare at this thing for 20 minutes. Like, I don't want to stare at this thing for 20 minutes to figure out. So I also know too that the Guild Wars 2 that new update, I don't know if you guys had time to play it. Staring at Aniimo, and Animo's dry ASMR. But going back into like a different question, other than staring at an Animo thing, like, have you had a chance to try out the Guild Wars 2 update? Like, I heard it was getting kind of sketchy looking there for a little bit. Like, it wasn't like what everybody was kind of hoping it was. I didn't know how, like, you felt about it. And obviously, texting it is very difficult to get answers on. Well, you guys count. Didn't feel bad at all. It's a great update. That's good to hear, because I know that, like, apparently it's been getting pitchfork and torched a little bit. This isn't fair. Yeah, in order to get that up to 80%, that means I need to catch a rainy luminelle and this one. And I don't think it's going to rain tomorrow at 5 a.m. Great, which means I'm probably going to miss it. I might have to catch the second one at 1700. But yeah, I'd say that'd be that's a pretty good thing on it, because yeah, I've been hearing that's been getting torched pretty much by a lot of people. Like the fashion update was like hard to figure out, and then Old Lion's Court, I think it is. Like everybody's been getting that, so they all hate it. Can I catch a sparkly? Are you a sparkly? I don't think you're a sparkly, but actually you're not even anything. I can't even catch you. I don't know, I'm still trying to get the gumption to come back into it. But I'm having too much fun with this thing. And unfortunately, it involves beating up jellyfish. So I'm so sorry, jellyfish. So you're a... No. As I just start chucking anipause and I accept the accept the invite. It did. I'm stuck with a Sheldon on my team. I was afraid of that. This thing's not strong enough. Get eggs or points to get to PvP. Ah! Where's the door? We're just gonna cheat. That's what windows are for, right? That's what windows are for, right? Wait, I didn't get my better... Oh god, this isn't good. Windows are a structured weakness. I don't even think I can even switch this backpack out. This is gonna be fun for me. That means I need to pick up 3 items that are worth like 10,000 in order to get to the... But yes, they are a weakness because I said so. $17, so I'm still. There's like no monsters in here. It's a little creepy. Like, why haven't I run any? There they are. I'm like, where are the opponents? Like, I hope I can catch these. Like, can I get some kind of win here if I try to catch one of these things? Aww. Too strong. It was worth a shot. I would just walk into a fire like a lunatic. Yeah, I made a massive mistake by bringing in the wrong bag. I should. I thought I had my better bag that I bought, and I am woefully unprepared with only 4 slots. Nope. Oh, this is going to end badly. Well, this is going to be over anyway. A legendary chest, and I get a whole bunch of... I'll take it. I'll take it. I need this. I need this. Heavy left team. Well, this isn't gonna end well. Well, I think this is the last of this game mode I'm going to be playing for now. I think I just got abandoned by... I got abandoned by everybody. Yeah, this is going to be a... I guess a good thing I didn't bring my my big bag with me. Cause I just lost it. Pretty bad though. It's like it said that Egg Heist was PvP, and I don't like PvP. Like, so why'd you pick this game mode? I need to do that mode, by the way. I don't need to do it. I was trying to see if I can get a hold of a Dark Lurk type egg. So I was just and I think I had somebody beforehand kind of like asking about it, so I just figured I would just run it a few times just for people that might be interested in it, to let them see it. So there wasn't any real need for me to do that. Which is why that last run is going to be my last run. I mean, sure, I might do the PvE version, but I'm not doing it's a riveting experience. I know, right? As I was telling the guy that was asking about it, I'm like, there's a reason why this isn't the most popular. Like, this is like probably like one of the most unpopular game modes. That's like it is a very dizzying experience because there's like so many layers behind it that makes you lose stuff. Like right there, it's like I was completely abandoned by my team, and so I basically like lost all of my stuff, even though it wasn't really my fault. And another instance of that was like, so then you got to go through that little section there, like what you just saw. So you gotta get you gotta get an egg and get it back to the ship. Then you gotta go to the second layer, which is the actual PvP experience, where you all fight over an egg. And then you then get a chance to get a Dark Lurk. Like, it's not even guaranteed still. Like, I did the one on Tuesday, and I hatched the egg, and it was just a regular creature. So it's like it's all a chance to get a Dark Lurk. Like, there's no guarantee, there's nothing behind it. And so it's like you gotta basically go through all this effort, and for what? For a chance to get a too much rank. Exactly. And so I think that's basically is what's kind of turning everybody away from this, is that there's too much at stake for a chance at something. Whereas I think the other version of it might be better because it's, for one, it's cooperative. And two, I think there's like some maps where you can get, there's like 3 eggs. So you get 3 eggs in the other map, the PvE map. You get 3 eggs, you get, you get a cooperative experience, and it's just the one layer of you just going in there and getting those eggs and then walking away. So it's like, and now granted, I don't know if it is more popular. I can just see why there might be more people doing it and why I was going to switch over to that one versus continuously smacking my head against whatever that was. It's like whatever that was. No, excuse me. Don't you fly away from me. Because sure, it's still a random factor, but dang, I thought I could catch that one. I think it's that one that was going back and forth. Oh no, I was less sneezing and more because it's so dry. I was just coughing a little bit. But thank you anyway. I appreciate it. As I'm running into a wall. So I mean, yeah. So I might do the regular one. But I'm definitely not doing that again. Like, that was a little bit too much of a... It's too much of a hassle for something that's... random. Like, I was sitting there telling a Ty, it's like, I guess if it had a sort of, like, pity system... Which, for those that aren't familiar that might be listening in, a pity system is basically what happens when, if you lose more and more often, the pity system will eventually take place to where you'll eventually get what you want, so to speak. So, like in this case, if you want a Dark Lurk egg, a pity system would happen, like after, say, like 10 matches, and you don't get an egg, you'll eventually get an egg. I think Guild Wars 2 has almost like a reverse pity system almost, where it's, you lost so much, so... True, it is a pain in the butt to get to that point, but I think I would rather an eventual guarantee versus you could be doing 20, 30, 40 matches, 50 matches, and not have a single egg, darkler egg. I'm just gonna chuck them all at you because I can. Chuck, chuck. You can't run away from me forever. But, well, as I said, like, you might have also known what a pity system is, but as I'm just explaining it for somebody that might be watching this video, and they'd be like, what's a pity system? I'm like, that's a pity system. Basically, it makes it to where you'll eventually get the thing that you're playing the mode for, in this case. It works the same way, like, for Heartopia has a pity system, I think, to where, like, 12 draws from, like, one of their, like, special events will eventually, like, get you, like, everything from, like, their events. Even though there might be, say, like, 18 items, like, 12 will eventually get you, like, there's, like, a special, like a special draw that, like, lets you, like, get everything. So, like, eventually, like, that would give you, like, what you're looking for. Where's Illuminel? Where's Illuminel? Not here, but I'm throwing it anyway. Don't run from me. But yeah, but I think ironically, I'm not sure what Guild Wars 2 system would be called, because I know in some cases they do almost like a reverse pity system where if you grind something for too much, they eventually like diminish your return. So I'm all like, it's a reverse pity system. It's an I hate your guts system. You better move on. Quit grinding. That's true, yeah, it's diminishing. I like my name for a better reverse pity. Like, I hate your guts. Yeah, it does a diminishing return system where it punishes you if you stay in one area for too. I honestly didn't know that, but then again, I don't really stay in one place for too long. Maybe that's why it took some people like 20 years to get a hold of like certain stuff for like certain like infusions and everything, because like they just stay there, so the system's like, go away, why aren't you sticking around for this, go away. Keep hoping Illuminel's amongst these guys, but I don't think there is. Am I winning yet? Yeah, go away, system. Don't run away from me. Oh, you might actually run away from me. Oh well, I think I obliterated your family enough. Because it sucks, because apparently there's supposed to be a Luminel here, and I'm not seeing a Luminel. So I'm seeing plenty of the bubblies and the veil floats, but I'm not seeing a single, like, Luminel. The only reason why I say that is because the alpha, I think, only shows up when it rains. And it has it on the map that there's supposed to be apparently a regular one somewhere. Just brought them to the ranch, that's all. Sure, we'll say that. I brought them to the ranch. But I also made a bet with myself that if I could find a perfect traded one of these jellyfish, that I would give up Ember Pup and switch it out for one of the jellyfish. This isn't fair. Wait for nighttime. It is nighttime. Where is it? What you need is watch carefully. What I need is watch carefully. If you don't believe in nighttime. Is it up there? Wait for fragment. I don't know what they're talking about. I wish I knew what they were talking about. Mine. Good thing I walked up here. I was like, ooh. What are you guys talking about? Do I need to dig? Wait for a surprise. Wait for a fire shard. Text content, text content. Wait for idle. So I'm assuming I'm waiting for something. Are you just as confused as I am, Scorchell? Good translation. Text content, honestly, a small part of me thinks that was just a person either being a little dumb or not knowing to actually put text in. Because I feel like that's a really common thing that happens. So they don't know the context of what to put that under. So yeah, so it's just like text content. Because yeah, you're supposed to type something, and if they don't type anything. Lorem ipsum dolor. I don't know what that means. Mellow Bloom. Vote for your favorite Aniimo form to prepare for Astra's orchestra concert. Hello, battles. This way you write to fill it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm assuming that's what that probably was, and only instead of them actually filling it up, that's basically what came. That's basically what happened. Psych fruit changes personality. Spring up and trait fruit. Alright. Bunch of meaningless oh. You mean to tell me it doesn't even actually have a meaning to it? That's just sad. Like, is it like the Latin words for like blah blah blah? It's like, there's no real meaning to it, it's just blah. Or rather, don't make me say it though, it's gonna be a bunch of finally! That sucks though, I think that's the middle form. So now I gotta decide how picky I want to be. Not really, the words themselves could have meaning, just no context, so it's written. Aww. I was totally wanting a Latin form of bleep, 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 bleep. But it's understandable that not all of them can have blah blah or blah blah. Let's get rid of you guys. And he's got better traits. This is gonna get even worse now. He's got better traits. I'm gonna laugh if I... Yeah, I was gonna say, I was gonna laugh really hard if I accidentally just got rid of the... Ah! Alright, let's see here. I'll leave you alone. The English version of it is the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. That sounds like one of those, what do you call them? Like, it's like a homonym or something like that. Like, every good boy does fine for, music and stuff. Written so you can use all the letters in the alphabet to test font. Yeah, it's like something. It was like something like that. It's like a homonym. In this case, it's for like that. So yeah. I called it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not. I'll stick with Flutter Nim. Well, I actually turned around and did just make this harder on myself because I didn't think I was going to catch one so soon. My luck wasn't exactly in my... It wasn't exactly in my favor. I was expecting to get one. I don't want to release it. I need to, try to squeeze everything in here. Yeah, it was that's the cold pom egg. That's a not so unique form, which I'm not going to bring up comparisons. It looks like it evolves into a pretty cool lizard. I just don't have the stuff needed to do it. Then there's this one, the one that can never attain because it's the same way. Like, it requires these stones, and I can't get a hold of these stones. Yeah, I could be upset all at once. I'm surprised because of the way I keep charging in there and ruining all of their lives. Is this... Yes. Thankfully, I got the basic version. But... yeah, in a way, I made this kind of worse for myself now. Although, I think the only reason why I would go for the For this guy, it's just 'cause he's got better traits. And I feel like Ember Pup is too much of a fan favorite. Like Luminel, I think, is a very strong switch over for me. And it looks so cute too, like look at its little face. Boop. Let me see you again. I am debating whether or not I want to evolve it. I'm currently debating if I want to evolve it. However, let's see if I can give you a spring fruit. Spring up. Can I give you a spring up? Yes, I can. Cool. So I can make you even better. I just turned around and made it even more arguable. What are you? How good are you? You're a little sad. Like the spring up fruit for you would help, but you're a little, far away. Kind of sad on how it won't let you use it on that one for some reason. Like, I'm not sure why. Okay, so let's see now. The spring up fruit, so each Aniimo, I can go back into there once I get done with... No, I don't want to do that. So each Aniimo, like with this guy, he has like the question is like the thumbs up. They each have 2 traits that you can boost, which is in this case for the bubbly, because look what I finally got a hold of. I got a hold of a perfect bubbly, bulbly rather, bulbly. So I got a hold of a perfect bulbly, and he's got 2 traits that are really good for him, which is hit points and regeneration. When you give them the spring up fruit, those are the 2 traits that they improve. Basically the ones they're already good at. So it basically takes a good trait and tries to make it better. The catch-all is that, if they're not close to being like the crown, like if they're not close to effectively being like the best, like it helps, but it doesn't do much because you can only give them 1. So it's almost like a it's like a double-edged sword almost of like, sure, you can give them 1, but it may not do much compared to, say, because I don't know how rare these things are gonna, I don't know how rare a lot of this stuff is going to be in the base game. Like, it's pretty easy to get spring up fruit, but for all I know, in the base game, it could be almost like you could spend hours and only get like 1 versus like drowning in them. So it might be something to like almost like think about of like, sure, you could give it to, say, I don't know, like this guy, he has 2 8s. Like, sure, you could give it to this guy and turn those into 9s, break and regeneration. But you might also be better served to giving it to this guy to give him 2 10s and break and regeneration. So he's basically, he'd be a better pick for the 2 stats because he's closer to being maxed out in them versus for this case where he's only at 8. If that makes sense. Like bottle caps, except they only get pretty much. Yeah. Like you can't like feed them like a whole bunch of them. It has to be... There's a limit to it, to where they say, they flat out say that you're better off giving it to something that's really close to being perfect. Which is, ironically, it would have been either... I don't know, I think I already gave him 1. it would have been basically right now my only true example to being close to being perfect was this guy, because he got like because he was like at an 8 and a 9. So by giving him a fruit, I maxed out his hit points, and he's like really good at regeneration. So all that talk about possibly making Bubbly my pick, like changing over to I keep saying Bubbly, Bulbly. It's like all that talk about changing from Ember Pup over to Bulbly, he might actually end up being, ironically, the better choice, because he's just so much better than Ember Pup when it comes to the stats. Now, that's not to say that he's not good, but as you can tell, Bulbly's better. And they should be kind of closer. Exactly. Like, that's it. But that's if you're wanting to basically make, like, the best of the best of the best of the best. And, like, even with this, like, technically, I can also play with their personality traits. Like, see what helps boost him up is the fact that he's got timid and obedient, which helps out his hit points and his regeneration. So he's basically like an overall, like, decent pick. I don't know what are your stuff. Oh, he's clingy. So in this case, he's not a very good pick for this because he's clingy, which helps his break, but he's not really a break type. But I'm not really sure on how that like that would work. Like, what do you say? You're timid. You be timid. You're clingy. I don't know what the different ones are, but if there was ever a personality, almost like with Pokemon, on how they have like personality traits that like increase like their attack faster, you probably would want that something for Ember Pup versus like this, where it might help something that might not be so helpful. Now, being limited in this game, like, I don't know if that still holds true. Yeah, like, this guy's a freaking 2. he's not the, like, I don't think Scorch Howl's that good at break. You'd want more of an offensive, either something that helps out. I probably would say even something that even helped out his physical defense. You'd want like a trait that did that. But that's why I said it's like ironically I probably have a near perfect Bulbly instead. So as much as I said that which honestly, if people still guessed it and if they still wanted to get their Aniimo in the full game, I was still going to hold true to it, but I was probably going to switch from Bulbly to Ember Pup. not Bulbly. I was probably going to switch from Ember Pup to Bulbly, because Bulbly I think is plus 2. I mean, come on now, you can't tell me that's pretty cute right there. Like, come on now. And like I said, I'm like a sucker for jellyfish. I'm like a real sucker for jellyfish, so I think he's going to end up being my pick in the end. I don't know. Now, that's the only other thing I'm not sure of. I don't know if I want to evolve them, because I've seen like everybody being all like, "Oh man, I'm gonna seal up Inferlupa." And I'm like, do I really want to seal up a maxed out high level dude like that? Well, no. Well, you should see I wish I could show you Luminel, but I haven't run into one. But Luminel is like gorgeous, and I'm just all like, I see like everybody and their moms taking out like Inferlupa with them, and I'm like, I think I want to choose Bulbly instead. And I know I've also always told myself that when it comes to making a potential plushie, which is what I'll do sometimes if I can like make like certain like things in my favor, like the fact that it's like a really simple design, like I could easily make a Bulbly, so I'd be like, that's a good representation, I think. So all I gotta do is just find something that has like a hat like that, like a flowery hat, and then just like a circle, and then like a stick figure body and arms. Boom. Boom, I got So I could even make that one, because I've always told myself that of that one too. Of like, if I can actually make it, like, you know, that'd be an even bigger plus. It's like if I could make a Bulbly or Ember Pup or anything of that sort.
Go.
Oops, I was trying to get into this chat because something was happening here. When does the beta end? I'm going to... And asking me when the beta ends. The perfect shiny fin. Sparkling is not a form. Always increases potential. Just looked it up, the Luminels. I know, that's what I mean though. It's like I saw that thing and I'm like, I think versus the Ember Pup where I was like trying to like force myself, I was all like, oh man, the Bulbly was all like, oh man. And I can always catch an Ember Pup, which I was going to do. I was going to catch an Ember Pup and then name it after my dog, and then me and the Ember Pup named after my dog, and then the Luminel. We could all go on adventures together. in some sappy form. And then I was going to do the same thing for my cat that sadly he had to leave this mortal coil. So it'll be nice to get a good shiny cat in here and then like name it after him, and then I can have like all of my critters running around with me. Yeah, it's been so, it feels like it hasn't been that long. It was my dog's name. My dog's name is Indiana. Indy for short. So I was going to catch me a doggo in here and name it Indiana after him. Bonus points if it's a wiener dog, much like a Dosh Bun in Pokemon. I think that's the only reason why I was kind of hesitant about doing that to Scorchowl or Infralupa, because I'm just like, hey, if they ever release like a wiener dog that looks like him, let's do an Egg Heist. Not the PvP version though, that one sucks. Beat that one. Team mode. Nightmare? Level 50. Sure, let's do Nightmare. Are you naming them after personality, or if it's a dog Aniimo or a cat Aniimo? Probably more or less like dog or cat, because I know I can't really influence their personalities a ton that way. But as I said, like if they ever did say like release, because I kind of did the same thing in Pokemon, where one of the Pokemon they released for I think it was Sword and Shield. It was literally a wiener dog. It was like a baked wiener dog called like Dosh Bun, and I can't remember what it was, like Fido, and then evolved into Dosh Bun, and it was a wiener dog. So I basically named it after my dog, and I used him to beat up everything. that thing was tough. Like I couldn't believe how like Dosh Bun actually had to actually help me out with a few raids and stuff. He was quite the feisty little critter there. But yeah, so obviously, like, if personality works, but I mean, obviously I can only do so much when it seems like a good chunk of them are either timid or... Yeah, is there even anything else other than... Yeah, Fido and Dashbun. It's like, other than... I guess if he's clingy, that's a bonus point, because, like, right now, like, mine's, like, glued to my hip right now as I'm trying to, like, play this and everything. That's why sometimes if you see, like, my little figure shift on screen, it's because I'm shifting, because he's like so close to me that my leg is going numb. So yeah, so I'm sitting there like trying to like keep my legs from falling asleep. And then it's funny because I'll sit there and I'll shift and he'll look at me like I offended him somehow, and I'm like, my butt's going numb, please let me move. And then he'll go right back to sleep until I have to shift again. Where is he? Where's Cotton Candy? It's just, it's my own little way of just keeping them alive in a way. I mean, not saying that my dog's dead right now, but it was almost like with my lab. At one point in time, I got a chocolate Labrador Retriever, and I got a little Build-A-Bear Labrador, and I basically named it after him just because it's just like it's a little memento. Because it's like they all leave like such like big paw prints in their in your heart, and it's like so yeah, so it's just like my way of just like remembering them, because obviously as much as we might want them to, they can't live forever. And yeah, it's just my way of remembering them. Plus, too, I like to feel as much, you know, although my other cat isn't really so nice, but it's like we were all a team, we were all working together and everything, and so it's like, to me, I'm just like, yeah, that's my way of having us all work together. So, enough being cheesy. Like I'm being cheesy and sentimental. So, I think I'm going to wait on the Ember Pup and see if they have something that might be a little bit better suited for Doggo. If not, then he will be Fisticuff Dog. Or, actually, I think I would prefer Emperlupa, but this thing still won't appear. Whatever, I got what I wanted. I was hoping to get a sparkling version, but I'll take a perfect version of it. I also forgot to actually sign up for the heist. I like switched that one thing out and I forgot to actually sign up. Don't you love being an age where your pets can live on and away digitally? Pretty much. Like I said, as much as I know everybody is all like cheesy and stuff, and I was never really one for like picture, because I know that people sit there and say that it's like, well, you can technically get like pictures and stuff, and it's like, yeah, but pictures get lost, misplaced. Meanwhile, if the game is on your PC, and so long as the game is live, they're alive, and you can run around and they can run around and play again, and everything can be all... I wonder if I can do this. Nope. Because to me, it's almost no different than like all those like Facebook ads where you sit there and see like, oh, keep your pet alive, and then they make like paintings and stuff of them. And but the thing is, though, is that like paintings can get messed up, they can get destroyed, they can get lost, they can get damaged, they can get really anything. yellow depending on the material. I know, right? Well, like I said too, like something can also happen to them to the point where you're not really sure if it's going to last or work. And so it's something that you'd think that could be fitting isn't quite so fitting. Let's go back here. I don't think I'm going to be getting into a match fast enough. I don't think anybody even likes the basic version. I chose the PvE version that's a little bit more cooperative, and I don't think anybody even really likes that one. Let's go into the middle of the water. That fin main? Yes, that was. From older, it looked a little demented. like the light was, like the lighting was hitting it just right. That looked a little demented. Our feelings lie, so they're always alive when we give out that affection to anyone or anything. Very true. Very true. Come back here. And that is why whenever I give affection to my digital dog, I'll think of my alive one. Look at you, my doctor. Look at you, you lazy bum. Well, in that case, his eyes were a little strange looking. Yeah, I think it was the lighting, though. In its defense, I think the lighting was just making it just look like it was a little psychotic there. Well, in that case, I should probably be careful then, because with my other cat, my Siamese, it'll quickly turn into, "Get off the kitchen counter! Why are you doing that? Quit licking your butt in front of me!" As I then get looked at like I'm insane. I just caught fin tufts in front of the fin tuft. Whee! Man, I hope they do more Aniimo creator program stuff so I can try to get in again. I really wanted in, but I kind of understood when they didn't pick me because I had almost like nothing. It'd be really nice if I could get in. I don't really think I want to get in though anyway. I'm not popular. I'm not a big wig. What is this? What's going on here? Unconventional Skippy. Wow, it's doing it again. I'm getting yelled at. Must be interesting jumping on ice, but I don't know how to use ice orbs. This Skippy seems different. Stop it! Look, it took me forever to get here. How'd you get here? A long time ago, I was living in a warm place. All other Skippies look just like me. There's a green left and clean tail. That does not mean... I don't have no idea what the heck that means. But I followed the wrong line once and ended up here. Maybe Driftwise Meadow is where you want to go? But I want to jump on the ice like the other Skippies. Can you help? Sure, I can create some ice for you. Do I need to be an ice skippy then? I need to be an ice skippy. I disagree, you're popular, but not everyone has watched. Well, thank you. I think I'm getting there. Of course, I think I already said that before, too. It's like, I don't think I really want to truly be popular. Like, if I could just get maybe, like, 100 people to, like, watch, so that way we can all just, like, have, like, a good time together, I think I'd be satisfied with that. Even 20 people, ironically. Because I'm just all like, it's just more people to be all friends with, especially in a game like this, where we can all, like, goof off and do, like, egg heists and all kinds of stuff. I was going to do something and I forgot what I was going to do. Oh, yeah. Well, they're all skippies, so I guess let's be a skippy and see what happens. They're all ice skippies. So how can I create... Maybe not a skippy. Dancing skeleton. Dancing skeleton. It was, this guy. This isn't fair. It says to create ice, but I'm like, how do I create ice? You know how to create ice? I thought I had to just shoot water. That's what I had to do last time. Like, I'm like really confused as to what I need to do. More people to ask them. I know, right? I've already been doing that. I've been going into like some of the people where I've been watching their streams even before I started myself, and I'll be all like, "Y'all should be playing Aniimo. It's so good. It's so good." then I can already tell that eventually they're all like, "Why don't you just shut up about it?" I'm like, "No, you can't make me shut up about it. It's the greatest thing ever." Like, you can't tell me what to do. I don't get it. I remember... I could have sworn I was like a skippy or something to make ice, and the other... Skippy seems different. How'd you get here? It doesn't really say that. It doesn't really say how to create, but last time it was, yeah, I was just shooting water over it and that was it. Oh well, I give up. Too complicated for me at the moment. By the way, I love it how it looks like it turns into like a little jacket robe thing on this guy. And he's got like the icicles and everything going for him. So I gotta love the ice form. I was thinking coat, but then I was sitting there thinking almost like with the Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and how the lady had like a cape. Like the witch had like a cape. I think that's what I was kind of thinking of. Maybe that's what I was doing wrong. Maybe I wasn't a skippy. Maybe I was a bone ski or Fenrir. Yeah, it's a fur coat too. Man, imagine evolving wearing one of these things. Like, do they grow on? Does it grow on them? Like, I wonder if that's what I was doing wrong. So yeah, I think I was a Fenrir or a bone ski, and here I was sitting there trying to do this as a... Where are you? Where are you? There you are. Let's try you. Yeah, I did it. I did it. I just made ice. I just made ice. What do you call this? Other than the sword won't stop spinning. It looks like one of the holiday themed Glaceon from Pokemon Go. Almost. I think it's losing control of itself. I think I'm making a mess now. I did not mean to do. I didn't mean to do. I even made them all quit. They're like staring at it. Let's see if I. What's so funny is that like I did. I think it finally acknowledged that there's ice. I made you ice. I can't help if it's pushing. So it's a game crash. That's how the stream's going to end. That's how this beta's going to end. With me exploding my... exploding It's like the Energizer Bunny. Like right now it's just fascinating. Can you pick it up and put it? I don't think I can pick it up. I think it's supposed to jump, but right now it's getting pushed because this thing's just making so much ice. It's like it's even pushing them away to where they can't even like jump on it anymore. Now they're just like staring. So I just chuck this thing out. That's why like they're all like stopping the staring at it because it just won't stop. And then it'll slowly push this, and it'll make another one. And it'll just keep going. I'm gonna just walk away from this thing now. Like what used to be like three blocks of ice for each of those guys to jump onto it. Look at my masterpiece as I walk away. Yeah, like that, like they'll something they'll try, but I'm just going to just whistle and like walk away. Like I don't know what happened here. I don't know what happened here. Yeah, I'm not getting into a match. Just walk away as your refrigerator running. Did I leave the refrigerator door open? I could have. Back out. Ooh, what's this? It's a button. I'm gonna push it. I pushed the button. Oh, I gotta stay on said button. I don't know what that does. That's the only thing it has to do with that thing, but... Just walk away, look surprised. Who did that? I don't know who did that. It wasn't me who did that. Like, I'm innocent. These are treasure chests I don't feel like trying to figure out. Yeah, it looks like I gotta use like those things. See, this is where I would have to use Fenrir again, and that really would break it because it didn't stop the first time, so I don't think it stopped the next time. Belly! Russet Highlands. Help Aniimo. Help the Aniimo find his friend. No. I don't want to find his friend. I don't know who did that. I don't know who created the mess behind me as I'm like running away from like a stack of ice that starts like slowly crawling over the mountaintops and... Lumen stage. Its interest is to stalk and scare others. Well, I think we have our scary one. This one likes to scare people. Really want you to look back there and it's just like a mountain of ice platforms. I may try to go back there and find it. I think it was... I have to go to one of those water bits. It might have been like there. I gotta climb up over here. We'll make that into the grand finale. It's like, will I go back and see a big pile of ice? Just wait, once the game starts lagging, you know it's done. I go back and I'm like, it starts to chug. Then you got some, I guess luckily though, I guess it's on a single player server right now for me technically, but that would be actually be hilarious if I went back there and it was like chugging, like for me at least. Like, who crashed the game? There's that. I think there's the water source. Oh, I gotta find them. Well, there's that. So I'm going in the right direction. Try standing closer to the bank to create ice. So it's literally it's spawn. I mean, probably that's probably why. I mean, I can only imagine if you like covered like this whole thing in like ice. So it probably like can like probably like once it pushes like one out of the way, it probably forces a despawn. We know how to create ice, we really do. Oh, I wish I could explode it. Oh, hey, that fixed it. I was able to do the quest. Can you melt them? I was able to destroy that one. So this is what it felt like to jump on the ice. Thank you, you're so nice. Only thing now is just there. It stopped making them, but now it's like... It's now stuck in like perpetualness of I have a no little neck. Just keep spinning, spinning, spinning. Well, unfortunately, this one wasn't quite so eventful because of the egg heist taking forever. But I think I'm going to have to go on ahead and call it, as it's encroaching upon my end time. I think I said this before on the Discord, so I'm just going to just say this like one last time. The beta technically ends on Sunday, and I don't think they gave a time for it. Now, when they started it, it was at like 9 p.m., so it was fairly late. So, if it's... You'll hop in tomorrow to be out there in the lake spinning. It could very well be spinning still. I'll be checking, because I'll at least be playing it still. I just, unfortunately, because of, like with my vet appointment, like with my dog's, like, vet appointment on, like, Saturday and all that, I just won't be able to do any more, bonus streams. As we're finally losing, like, our snow and stuff, so I'm not quite so, like, stuck, and so, yeah, so... Unfortunately, my my normal routine of like using like Friday and Saturday to like do like chores and stuff kicks back in, as much as I was wanting to do more with it, but that's why I'm hoping that it's like a 9 p.m. thing on Sunday. That way I can just squeeze in like that one last stream of this before bidding the beta farewell until the summertime, when the game finally releases. But as the plan goes on to where if it does end early enough, I know, right? Yeah, unfortunately his vet appointment does come first, so there can't be no Ember Pup Indy without Indy himself. So that's pretty much the way it's going to be going right now, is that if it goes on late, you know, if it still goes on late with like a sort of like a, oh, it ends at midnight, then I will of course be streaming it one last time on Sunday. If not, it'll be Woolhaven. We'll start Woolhaven and the chaos that is the expansion, and see if I can get stuck in walls and everything. But I think that'll be just as enjoyable. And once that expansion is done, I will probably shift back to Pal World until Aniimo comes out in full. But we'll see how long Pal World lasts before I either get bored or beat it, or... Must mention that you're happy to see the LGBTQ friendly tab. I mean, I do strive to make this a cozy and welcoming environment. As I said, if I can be somebody's safe space, like if they're having a bad day and they find me and they're happy to, you know, to watch my chaos, then I am more than happy to be that safe space, you know, because we've got far too much judgment in this world that the cruelty is just too much, I think. And too many people are getting enjoyment off of being cruel, as much as I know, as much as they might claim that it's all like, oh man, we're trying to save your souls, and it's like, that's not your place. It's not our place to judge anybody. And so, if any sort of judgment starts to happen in here for that kind of person, then I will, believe me, I will come down like a, like, it's like, I will come down like a, like Thor's hammer. Like, I will show them the swift and mighty band hammer of justice, as far as I'm concerned, because this world needs to be nicer to everybody, and kinder, and and yeah. So at the end of the day, I am as welcoming as I can be. So that's why I decided to put that thing up too, because that's when I realized, I was like, there's like so many tags, I should probably put up like everything. It's like and so that's why I think I also started up like the whole like rule bit for the like for like tech for like the typing and everything, because it's like, it's one of the things I try to make clear. It's like there would be no bullying, no judgment, no politics, no this, that. Although I will say this, that if you do open that can of worms, and you press for politics, I will let everybody have it with everything that I've got. And I'll throw more icy platforms out there for everybody. So yeah, this is a welcoming environment. This is we're here to see me make a fool out of myself to a certain extent, such as with my my infinite blade out there in the water. It's like we are here to laugh, to have a good time. To, if you wish to, you know, come in and have a moment and cry, you know, have a moment and cry. I will listen. I will. Granted, don't treat me like a therapist, because I will say that I am not a licensed therapist. That is my TM. That is like my my thing. I am not a licensed therapist, so don't come in here and expect me to give you any sort of advice. And I say this, you know, as a general you, like not like you. But for anybody that comes in here, or anybody that decides to watch this VOD, it's like, I told you, it's like, just keep spending. It's like, but feel free to come in here, and if you need to rant, if you need just somebody to just listen to you scream into the void, I will be here. I will listen, and I will be the last person on this planet that will go, well, you should do this. And I'm like, no, that's not me. But just like I said, just don't treat me like some kind of like psychotherapist or whatever, because I'm like, I'm not that advanced. I would just tell you to go see a therapist. And it will spin until the while Glacy is smiling into the camera. But with all that said, I will see everybody on Sunday, either through Woolhaven or more Aniimo for one last huzzah. Either way, I will see everybody on Sunday. Thank you all for watching. Thank you all for participating. I will see you all next time. Have a good night, have a good evening, have a good day, depending on whatever time zone you're in. Stay cool, stay warm, because we're going to get snow tomorrow wherever I am. And, I know, right? Have a good night, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!